Even Poland was a bit too cold for them. They built glass-making places and were able to get warm there. In a glass-making place, great heat is needed to melt the glass, and the Jews were very hard-working people, but they spread very quickly, outnumbering the local population, which was a problem because they just spread, almost destroying the local population. They seemed a diligent nation. So, let's say in 33-34, Jesus was nailed to the cross. Then in 1938, a man appears in history called Adolf Hitler, and he starts a process. You must know, Hitler was the most terrible mass murderer in existence. That's your opinion of him, isn't it? I'm on another opinion, okay? It wouldn't be me if I hadn't said that, naturally. You see, when I was out in India, when sitting down to have our tea, our master said to me, "You know, Bela, that it's not an accident that we are drinking a cup of tea now." And he repeated that every morning. When he told me many times, it was a bit boring, you know. It's not an accident that we are having a cup of tea now. Is it by accident, then, that an Adolf Hitler appears on the scene? Do you believe that he only did his job? What did he do? Jewish nation took upon itself a vast karma, gigantic karma. Do you know what karma is? Somebody said the law of cause and effect. That needs a bit of explanation. What is the law of cause and effect? You can say the consequence of our thoughts and actions, or our life, the consequence of the way we live our life. Karma is not supported by the Bible, it's denied, and the Bible says there is no reincarnation. Christianity doesn't accept that. I know that it was written in the Bible in much more detail. Even now, I can prove it from the Bible that karma exists. It's there in about 60 places, no problem. But let's talk about karma a bit. What is karma? What is fate? In Hungarian, we call karma fate. Fate is the life of a person, the way somebody's life unfolds. What does karma mean? The law of cause and effect. It's very simple. What you sow, you will harvest. Apostle Paul put it down nicely. Although Apostle Paul is not my favorite, but he wrote some good things. Listen to the line. Thoughts, words, actions. It's very important. You can cause karma with these three. Thoughts, words, and actions. Everything comes from these. And words and actions are born from thoughts. So actually with one thing, with your thoughts, you sow a seed, even if you didn't utter your thoughts and didn't act on them. When a thought is born, you sowed a seed with it. Have you ever seen a hamster's wheel in which he runs around and around? Imagine if that little hamster drops a soft shit. If he goes around in the wheel, does he step in it? So he steps into his own shit. I told you that you plant a seed with your every thought, action and word. But let's stay at the thought, since actions and words come from your thoughts, don't they? Prior to your every word and action, there was a thought. So you plant a seed with each thought of yours. But you must know the law of nature. When you plant a seed, a shoot of wheat grows from it, or a tree, and the about which you knew before coming down into this material world. You accepted it, you didn't object to it. You even wanted to experience what it's like crawling in the wheel of karma, to step into your own shit sometimes, and to complain about why you got that in life. And you wanted to experience and see through that whole thing. This is the law of the three-dimensional world, the world of space and time. It's unavoidable. So someone who can avoid a circle of karma, please let me know, okay? I'd like to go into more detail experience regarding karma. I meditated further on karma because that definition, that karma is the law of cause and effect, and that we step into our own shit, didn't really satisfy me. I wished to understand it, thinking it must be much simpler than the way we complicate it. I have a spiritual helper who always gives me the answer in the blink of an eye. So I asked him to tell me about karma. How shall I teach it to people so they can understand what karma is? The answer was, the reason you came here. That's your karma. We don't have to overcomplicate it. Nothing is by chance. That's your karma, your fate. You can question and rebel against your fate. You can do anything, push against it, or laugh at it, but theoretically, you can't change your fate. You can truly change it if you completely accept it. And then, you didn't change your fate, but yourself. When you can completely accept your fate as it is. When nothing has the power to bother you. That's how it is. Probably that's what I have to experience. Why are these things happening to me? Everyone else has an easy life, but me. I have a pile of problems each day. The reason is, so you won't get bored. That's all. It's part of the game. You came here to play. Karma, fate is a game. A huge game. Nothing else. Can anyone quit that game? How does it work? You may say, did I mean that from karma you can't opt out? But then until I exist, till existence is existence, I'll walk around in this muck, even if I'm already bored of it, if I realize that it's meaningless. How many of you really enjoy life on Earth? How many of you are very happy to be here on Earth now? How many of you realize that there is not much point? You are bored of it. Perhaps you long to be somewhere else. When your life on Earth is a little bit meaningless, the mornings, the people seem a bit grey. When life on Earth can't really give you any thrill, or only a few moments, a few seconds, or 5 minutes, 10 minutes, or an hour. Very rarely one day, but the disillusion is even deeper afterwards. Then one starts to ponder if his place is here at all. Is this the place where you want to create peace and harmony? Here, in this world? When I believe in a master called Jesus Christ, and when he came to the earth, he kicked away everything. Wherever he went, he brought rebellion. He was the greatest rebel rouser. Imagine, believe it or not, imagine he only did good to people. You can't read that he did anything bad. Still, they nailed him to the cross. Why? He was the greatest rebel, and our world is unable to accept rebels. Do you believe me? The world can't bear people who show them a new direction. People like walking on the paved old path. It doesn't matter if it was paved 10,000 years ago and it leads nowhere. These are the walls of dogmas, the law of life. Roman